Hi, it's Gail from Bigfoot Researchers of the Hudson Valley. I'm here at the Hudson River with Debbie Ray. There she is. And we are going to tell you of a story of a bloody, beating deer heart. A friend of mine from the bait shop lives in one of these houses. And he lives in the city, and he also comes up here on weekends. He's from Russia, and he and his wife and daughter were in their apartment one evening. Well, I'll tell you the first part of the story, and it was in, I forget what month it was, but it was, warm weather, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and they heard the most god-awful screaming and carrying on. And they went over to the window, they looked out the window, they were afraid to go outside. All three of them heard these noises and carried on for about maybe an hour or so. And it went on for 4 nights in a row. And they noticed that there were no animals left. They used to have rabbits, woodchucks, different, wildlife in their yard. Everything was gone. So then, last spring, I think it was striper season, so that starts March 15th through, the beginning of June. One evening, he and his friend walked up these tracks, and they went fishing, and I'm not going to go all the way up right now, but all along here is where we go striper fishing, and there's little openings in the vegetation, and we cast, we sometimes have campfires and stuff. So the two men went fishing for striped bass, and we use herring for bait, which come up the river, right before the stripers start coming in heavy. And so they decided it started to get to be dusk, and they were walking back right down here, and all of a sudden they looked down on the ground and they saw a bloody, beating deer heart. And they shined their flashlight, and they got so scared they just froze in their tracks, and they knew that whatever killed the deer and ripped the heart out couldn't have been far away from them because it was still beating. And then they heard something in the brush, and 2 more deer were standing there, and then they took off. So the guys just took right off. And also Igor told me that he had found, as he used to walk his dog on this side of the tracks, and he found piles of deer carcasses. The bones were stripped clean of meat and just piled up on top of each other, right up here. It wasn't, they weren't hit by a train or anything, which occasionally you will find a deer carcass on the tracks. But he was terrified. He will not even go out here fishing at night anymore. So that's the story of the bloody, beating deer heart. Okay, signing off from the Hudson River.